What is going on, guys? It is Blink here, back with a new guide. Now, in this guide, we'll be talking about ways of just countering spam. Anyways, guys, let's get to this guide. Fighting off players with rockets is easier than you'd think, and you just simply have to build in the direction of the rockets. Once your opponent shoots his first rocket, you want to pressure him to not allow the reload, and he might simply switch to another weapon if he's being pressured as he reloads. Now, if he does reload the rocket and you've put on some damage to where he's almost one hit, don't keep shooting. Build a wall the moment he's gotten the reload off. You can clearly hear and see the reload happen, so don't panic, just build a simple wall before he shoots. He'll hit the wall and maybe even damage himself if he's too close. Once again, once he shoots the rocket, put that pressure towards him. You can see that's exactly what I did. The moment this player shot a rocket at me, I bursted towards him and got the elimination. This player ended up switching to a shotgun because I wasn't giving him any time to reload the rocket. Here's another example of when I'm forted up. This player ended up shooting down my fort every time as I rebuilt it. Because he continued to shoot it down, try to go for a snipe on him if you've got one. Now, that's exactly what I did, and I was able to get the elimination. Now, there are a few things you can do if you don't have a sniper. If he has to move, then wait for the storm to start pushing in. This will allow you to AR him down as he pushes. Now, if you're low on materials, I suggest you go for a push towards him and play aggressive for the elimination. It's not going to be hard to do as long as you're building anytime he pulls the rocket launcher out. Or you can back away and gather more materials. It all depends on how good you are at saving them on the push. Now, in this next example, I had a rocket and my opponent started building towards me after I shot it. In general, you never really want to build floors towards someone if you're still pretty far from them. The issue here was that he built floors towards me knowing I already shot the rocket. So what I'm trying to explain is that you want to watch out how risky you build against rockets. You don't want to build too high because your opponent's going to be able to drop you down, resulting in fall damage or just getting eliminated. This is the same with grenade launchers too. Don't take risks that you would have done against users with ARs. That wall and floor under your stairs will not help you. And the main difference against the new rockets versus the old ones is that you can't really take risks. The old ones would blow up a wall or two, while the new one blows basically every wall around you. Now, if you've got a rocket, you also want to watch out because you don't want to shoot a rocket where you know an opponent can build some sort of materials in front of you. You can see as I switched to my rocket, I never shot because I knew there was another opponent under me and he can easily place a floor down, resulting in me taking damage. I built myself a little higher and then I knew I wasn't in any risk. In most situations, you want to get above your opponents to avoid the risks of getting a wall placed in your face. This will also give you a better chance of putting damage towards a player, because you just have to make sure you hit the ground they're around and the splash damage will take over. I don't have any sort of grenade launcher clips because I surprisingly haven't been facing players that use them, but the grenade launchers have a simple protocol you follow. You either push towards the player using it, or you get as far as you possibly can. You don't want to be in the middle and attempt to rebuild all your materials because sooner or later, one of those grenades will squeeze through, putting on massive damage. Once again, you either push the opponent using it, or you get as far as you possibly can. To counter any sort of weapon spam, you want to build backwards until you have enough support to peek over. You then want to take a sniper shot or any AR shots. Now, with the AR, take your time. Most spammy weapons aren't accurate and you'll hit your opponent way more times than he hits you. That's exactly what happened here. This player continues spamming his minigun and I took my time and took a few shots to silence him. You then want to push closer to that opponent, that way you're able to use your short range weapons for critical hits. This is the same with multiple players spamming you, although in most cases you want to hit that snipe for an instant knock. What the knock will do is usually get the other three players to play a little more cautious. One of them will go for that revive, which leaves you fighting against two spammers. At that moment, you can try going for another snipe on the other two players, and if you miss, I suggest you go for the push. You might be able to stop the revive or even knock the player reviving. Or you might be able to knock the other two players that are fighting you, which would leave you against another two players with one of them being low on HP. Basically, to conclude the weapon spam situations, staying calm and not panicking is what you want to make sure you're doing. Remember, those spammy weapons aren't accurate at range. So guys, that's basically everything. Hope I can help some people out, and a like and a sub will be greatly appreciated as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day and night, and I'll see you on the next one.